All right, let's talk about Google AI Studio because they've just dropped some seriously powerful updates. As a developer, your tools can either be your best friend or your worst enemy. Well, Google's been listening, and they've rolled out some changes that are all about getting rid of that friction so you can just build. You know the drill, right? You're juggling like a dozen different tabs. You're trying to generate some text over here, then you flip to another tab to create an image, then you're trying to figure out a voiceover somewhere else. It's just a total momentum killer. It turns what should be this smooth, creative process into a frustrating fight with your own tools. And that is exactly what we're digging into today. We're going to walk through how these new updates, which are based directly on what developers like you have been asking for, are designed to fix those exact problems. The goal here is simple. Make your workflow seamless, efficient, and way more intuitive. So let's get into it. First up, and this is a big one, the ultimate antidote to that context-switching chaos we were just talking about. Google is introducing a totally unified workspace designed to keep you in the zone, focused, and actually creative. This is the new playground, and you should really think of it as just one single surface where you can get your hands on all of Google's latest and greatest AI models. No more jumping between different UIs for different jobs. It's all right here, in one spot, ready to go when you are. So what's actually in this playground? Well, you've got the whole Gemini family of models, of course. But now you also have GenMedia for images, and, this is new, video generation with VO 3.1. Plus, text-to-speech models are in there for voiceovers and even live models for your real-time stuff. And the best part? It's all got this consistent chat UI, so you're not relearning the controls every time you switch models. And this is where it gets really powerful. This is the new kind of workflow that's possible. Picture this. You start with a simple idea, just a text prompt. From that, bam, you generate a beautiful image. Then, you tell the AI to animate that image into a short video. And finally, you add a voiceover to it. All of this in one place, in one continuous creative flow. That is an absolute game changer. Okay, so a unified space is awesome, but that's only half the battle, right? A great workflow is also about knowing exactly what's going on. So these next few updates are all about eliminating the guesswork from your process. And it really starts the second you log in. The new welcome homepage is basically your command center. It shows you everything the platform can do, tells you what's new, and this is my favorite part, it lets you jump right back into your recent projects. No digging around required. And listen, for anyone building a real-world app, this is huge. There's a new rate limit page. It gives you a crystal clear, real-time view of your API usage. So no more flying blind, no more guessing, and no more hitting those surprise caps right when you're launching something. You can actually manage your scale and your costs with confidence. And this next one is just really cool. It's called Maps Grounding. You can now connect your models with Google Maps, pulling real-world location data right into your apps. I mean, think about the possibilities there. Building things that are actually aware of the physical world. It makes your projects way more powerful. Okay, on to our third section here. These next couple of updates were some of the most requested features from the community, and they're all about giving you more fine-grained control and, maybe more importantly, saving you from doing the same boring things over and over again. I love this quote from the team because it cuts right to the heart of a huge pain point for developers. I mean, how many times have you typed out the perfect instructions for the AI, only to have to copy and paste them into every single new chat? Well, thankfully, that is now a thing of the past. Say hello to saved system instructions. You can now save your custom instructions as reusable templates, so you can perfect them once and then apply them to any chat with just one click. You don't have to hit clear chat anymore just to keep your instructions in place. It's a small change that saves so much time. And speaking of making life easier, just look at this. The API key page got a complete overhaul. Before, it was kind of a mess, right? Scattered keys, you had to track them manually. It was tough. Now, you get keys grouped by project, you can easily rename them, and you have full visibility. It just gives you so much more control. So, we've gone from friction to flow, from guesswork to clarity, and from repetition to control. But what's the end game here? Where is all of this actually headed? Well, let's look at the future, which Google is calling vibe coding. The way the team puts it is pretty interesting. They say all these updates we've just talked about, this was all about building a better, stronger foundation. It's like they've built a more solid launchpad. But what's coming next is what they're going to build on top of that launchpad.
And that leads us to this final, really provocative question. What if you could go from just an idea in your head to a fully working AI-powered application? Not in days, not even in hours, but in minutes. That is the wild future that vibe coding is promising. It looks like the developer experience is about to get a whole lot faster. Thanks for tuning in.